everybody, it's Meg with Moonlit Games, and we are hopefully going to finish the final two endings in this episode, so it might get a little long, but I'll try to cut out anything that doesn't seem important, or or important to the game, I should say. So currently we are here, which is in the 3, 7, and 8 doors, so we're in the infirmary. And as you can see, we've unlocked these red keys, and we've unlocked the other ending here. We've already gotten this one, which was the safe in the first class cabin where we found Clover dead. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna see if we can get this other option. I'm sorry if I'm a little froggy.
Look, it's...
I was doing a lot of screaming. Not while recording.
7 and Lotus. We've got a problem.
Clover is gone.
What? What do you mean, gone? When?
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
So I think we saw a lot of this. So let me see if I can skip through and get to parts that we have not seen before, which hopefully will come soon. But while we wait, how is everybody? Everyone doing good? This feels like it's been a very long series, and I'm sure it has been a very long series, but I've enjoyed it immensely, replaying this again. Wait. Wait. I have a bad feeling we're on the wrong... Looks like we still have some ways to go, so let's continue to skip. And I'll come back when we come to something new. Okay, so it seems like because in previous events we wound up getting the information about prosopagnosia and other things, we're not able to get this ending. And I don't know if there's a way for me to go back and switch some choices that would then allow us to get that ending. So instead, we're just going to go get the final ending. Because last time, we got the note in the box here, and we saw everything go down in the incinerator with Snake and Ace. And we learned Ace's true identity and how evil he actually is. So what we can do now is go here. And it should be unlocked now for us to get the true ending.
June.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
So I'm guessing this is where Santa takes June hostage and then takes her away. And
How was that?
the first time it happened, we heard the knocking and we weren't able to open the coffin.
Quiet!
But now we know the code from the letter in the safe. The letter that Clover had in her pocket where we fiddled with our watch and we got the truth has gone memo. Yeah, this is where Santa has the pistol or the gun and takes June hostage.
Could it be?
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
You're right!
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You're telling me to force it open?
It's not gonna work.
Just shut up and try!
But I'm happy to see you alive, Clover. I really am.
Damn it! It won't even budge.
Hmm.
Not another one.
1483.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think I have to put in the right password or it won't
Something.
open?
I think so.
Does anyone else remember it? I think we said it a
Whoever
bunch
or
of times
whatever's
last time.
inside this thing wants out, and now.
I
Okay.
know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
There is.
Let's look for one.
Ugh, there's nothing here.
Not making this easy, are they?
Come on, Junpei, remember.
The passcode. What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out?
Remember.
I need something.
Come on. Here we go. Yes. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. And now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Wait, what? What the hell was that? That voice? Huh?
What's up?
Huh? Oh, nothing.
He pressed the buttons. Oh, crap. I think it's this one. Yes. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
1 4
4
3
8.
8
Ah, shit.
3 4 2 1.
Okay.
Huh?
I don't think we have to memorize it.
What the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh. Are those?
1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1.
Come on, Junpei, just do it. Get Snake out of there. Good boy.
Why are you?
She's gonna be so happy. Oh.
Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you.
Aww.
You? Why, Junpei? And Seven? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Not quite.
Jeez.
You're back.
No.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
You're back. You're back.
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
I mean,
Not as though you did.
kind of.
I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
You jerk.
Yeah, this is where she
Idiot.
doesn't see that his left arm in the shower room was a real arm. So this entire time she's thought that he was actually dead.
I
Well, it's
see.
Mosey.
I believe I understand things rather well now. Thank you.
Because if I remember right now, we got to go through the lobby, or not the library, the library, and
In the
Zero's
shower room, there is a
workroom,
dead body wearing
which
my
is
clothes.
creepy.
Because of that, you thought that I was dead. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have
Correct.
it straight?
Yes.
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed. But it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
You don't know?
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X. Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes.
Yeah, it looks like he's a part of a cult or something.
That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me. I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split
That's not
up to
odd at
look for
all.
the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Then that means it was...
0.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Why? Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin. Truth had gone, truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from? Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them? All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously.
Yeah, like muscle memory.
I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
There had been another experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago, and the girl had died doing it. Morphogenetic field theory. The 2 murders. Switching clothes. The nonary game. Zero. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped
He or she.
Sage.
Excuse you.
Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zane's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Yeah, because we have 7, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus Clover would be 16. 6 plus 1 is 7.
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Oh yeah, you're right. With Snake, we can open the door.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
Yeah, 7 and then 8, 9. Yeah, okay.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
Well, and this time he doesn't have to take his arm off, or the bracelet off.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Not yet.
Huh?
Before we go in?
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, 7, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the 4 of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet. Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay?
Not
Stay
understanding.
with me here.
Fine.
Junpei, what is your line of thought here? You're not really making much sense there, but
Alright, that means the 4 of us can go into door 9.
So, we knew that already.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
what?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
So you did know I had it.
Yes, I did.
I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
This was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters.
Yes, it
If
was.
you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap. Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game... Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover,
Of course the
give me your
captain's
hand.
not Not 0. No shit.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever.
Because there's no way 0 would be dead.
I knew it.
Yeah, 0... The bracelet number doesn't represent it, right?
What does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No.
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a third asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter.
As long as you scan the
All you have to do
bracelet.
is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
Huh.
Well,
Looks
and
like
plus
you're
we
right.
found that out that Ace was able to use the Ninth Man's bracelet.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out.
Scan the bracelets with this combination. Okay, so if we're trying to get 9, 7 plus 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap.
Let's
This
just
combination opens the
pick at
door.
random, I
Cap's
guess.
bracelet is number...
Oh, I got it right on the first try.
Hey, it opened!
I didn't really want to use my brain.
What? Why?
So, that was a really lucky guess.
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0.
It's an O, the letter
It's a letter
O.
O.
Oh.
Hexadecimal
Wait a minute. I don't get it.
baloney that Lotus was pushing on
Figured
us.
out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
No.
There is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with.
I would have to agree on that one.
Her bracelet was flipped.
It's a 9.
In other words, June's real number is...
Oh my god.
9.
That seems the most likely.
Because then she could go into any door that she wanted.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Sounds like
Why
it.
would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up. Here, look.
List of all the numbered doors June's gone through.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake? And that's everything. I wrote down which door she went into and with whom. And I wrote what all the numbers were.
But in every door she went through with Santa.
So if you switch 9 and
Is my
wherever
theory
there's a
right?
6,
Are they
the numbers
connected?
don't work. If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4.
Okay, so before I go further, let me 9 plus 8 would be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. Is Santa 0?
If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
If Santa's 0, then why is he doing all of this with June?
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
Unless
What do you mean?
she's in on
You're
it.
talking about 3, right?
3?
But why? Or
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying.
or
isn't it?
is my guesstimate correct? Where they're actually
Yes, that's
related?
right.
Like,
June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing? The answer is easy. Because Santa can't... 7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equation?
oh my god, is he 0?
Sure. This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
Is the sassy man-child, who was worried about getting his shoes dirty, 0?
Thank you. That is exactly right, 7. Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
No way. Santa is 0?
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3. +3, and they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the nonary game this whole time.
Precisely.
Just had everyone
So
misunderstanding.
you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
Oh my
I'm
god.
not sure if he acted alone or not, but I think it is safe to conclude that he is Zero. If my hypothesis is correct.
Snake's hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, that would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case...
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
Okay, let's get on to the escape room, guys.
Oh, it's right there. Oh, all right. Let's keep going.
I think these stairs go to the bottom deck.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
Hey, it's a...
The trident?
This is the Neptune symbol. There must be a key around
I get
here
it.
somewhere.
Neptune key.
I was close.
I only have the Uranus key card.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the wrong kind of key.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank you,
turn
Clover.
around and go back for now.
Yeah. Hey, another door. And a card reader this time.
It's the Uranus symbol.
This is the place.
Why is that necessary? The
Wow,
library.
It's totally full of books.
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
All right. If we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Flashing lights. In 5, 4, 3, oh. Oh. Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge. As he began his search, for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Flashing lights? Yeah. Seek a way out. Alrighty, let's do it. So this is if I'm remembering right, this is a very long room to solve. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pause and I will highlight anything of importance until I'm out of this room. I will see you shortly.